Trial by Fireside. I'm Colonel Salt, joined here today by Haru, along
Hi.
with Jay on production. And we are here today to cast the match between the number 2 seed, Band of the Hawk, and the number 7 seed, Watch This Strive, in the Newcomer playoffs. Now, these two teams each have quite a story to them. The number 2 team, Band of the Hawk, has had quite a good success this season, only dropping one match in the regular season. Whereas the number 7 seed, Watch This Strive, has had some issues with its roster, but has ultimately still made playoffs nonetheless. Here they are hoping to prove themselves as playoff contenders and to advance to the semifinals. All right. And with that said, let me proceed to something else. Fireside is proud to announce our first official partnership with TF2 Coaching Central. The upcoming Coaching Central Cup will be Fireside's third TF2 Coaching Central Cup, but the first under the official partnership. You can join if you are completely new to competitive TF2 sixes, or join and mentor as a coach. To check more, join the TF2CC Discord server. And also, Fireside Cast has dropped merchandise on our new website. All embroidered designs in hoodies, sweatshirts, hats, beanies, and more. Type !merch for the link, and you can even gift merchandise by going to the website. Most products are available for shipping in the US, Canada, and Europe. Now with that, let's proceed with the maps. So, we're going to be starting off here on Koth Bagel, which is the map choice of Band of the Hawk. The second map will be CP Sunshine. Map choice of Watch This Drive. And the third decider map will be CP Sultry with CP Sultry. All right. Now let's move into the rosters. All right. Haru, start us off with the roster for.
All right, and as for the 7th seed, Watch This Drive, we have Pondas on Flank Scout. We have Natsu on Pocket Scout. Senate on Roamer. Ezekiel on Pocket. We have Malarkey on Demo Man. And we have Chozo Torzi on Medic.
And as for Band of the Hawk, we have Two Twerk on Flank Scout, Sunshine on Pocket Scout, Strasser Boneless on Roamer, Berserker on Pocket, Kiso on Demo Man, and Quackjack on Medic. We appear to be starting here. So let's see how this first spin plays out. We have the Demo Man exchange expand across the point. Now it's Kiso walking forward already. Let's see. It looks like there's a bunch of pressure going on in the right house. In the right house. Got pushing onto their combo. But Quackjack has died already. It looks like this first mid fight is going in favor. Oh, but never mind. Pierce Malarkey and Chozo have both died due to a bomb. So Haru, what do you think of how this first mid fight has gone?
I think it's going in the red team's favor. It looks like it looks like they had house control. They had a better mid, better game.
And now
let's see if they can hold this cap.
Moving back in, Ubers are evens. Teams are going to be drawing this. Looks like Band of the Hawk is edging point. Senate goes down along Strasser Boneless. Natsu dies to the demo. Looks like Band of the Hawk manages to capture the point.
Denying Scout and Soldier though.
Oh, but there's a soldier behind. Berserker on the medic. Chozo goes down and gets Malarkey. It's a fucking 3K. All right. Looks like off that they're gonna have to fall back.
Looks like blue team is forward holding this.
Playing at full Uber Disad. They're taking their time here. Malarkey appears to be alone right now.
The
rest of his team rolling out, but it looks like Band of the Hawk is rolling out a heavy. Kiso goes down to a bomb from Senate. Strasser Boneless takes down Ezekiel. Got heavy on the... Banner of the Hawk has the heavy on the point. But it looks like Ubers are going to even out. Banner of the Hawk now is having a roughly 40-second time advantage on the clock. And so, Luscious Drive is going to have to play this place a bit more quickly. Since they're walking on the point and not getting denied. Get the bomb in, they're forced. Take down Berserker, but Senate dies. The heavy goes down, but not to. But the health on Luscious Drive is so low, and the counter Uber comes out, and they're forced to back up.
And Hawk seems to have player advantage here after killing the demo.
Yeah. Looks like they back up, and Hawk just recaps the point. With Chozo going down, Hawk is going to have a roughly around a 25-30 Uber ad on the side. And so let's see how Hawk and Drive want to play off this.
Drive seem to be going for a force hack here while building Uber and spawn.
But looks like it doesn't manage to get anything. With them just building and spawn now. Looks like Hawk has a forward hold up right now. Strasser Boneless peeking deep in the lobby here. They begin to walk. Drive begins to walk into lobby, but Pandas goes down to Kiso. Playing Dishack. You will see if they Uber early. Come at the point. The counter Uber comes out. It's a much better Uber for Hawk here. But ultimately, Strasser Boneless is the only one to go down. With now Drive edging the point here. Soldier bombing into the combo. Gets taken down by the heavy. Now they managed to cap the point. Hawk appears to be sitting on concrete, rotating the heavy into the right house. Soldier goes down in the back line. They appear to have gone down to a slowdown. Now, Hawk has to play this a bit fast, take some aggressive, because they're playing around 30 disad here. Haru, what do you make of this?
I mean, let's just hope that Drive can hold this off for one more minute. And Heavy seems to be on. Yes, Heavy seems to have died on point, so they're already down a player.
They drop a soldier in the right house. They're down both soldiers now. Now they're playing 40 disad.
Yeah, Drive does seem to have the player.
Looks like a pause has come in.
Oh.
And so, now Haru, I say, given from what you've seen so far, what do you think is the main determining factor in how this round has gone so far?
Mainly, it looks like to me that it just have better house control. Both teams seem to have had a heavy at one point or another, just to deny soldiers, from what it looks like.
I do believe it was only Hawk that had a heavy up.
Oh, did they?
Now, during this pause, we can take a slow down, really examine what's going on here. As you can see, that Hawk only has their demo and their medic alive. And so, if I were Drive here, I would be trying to aggress onto them, and try to kill the medic here, and get that full ad. Because time is such a valuable thing in KOF. Having that full ad can buy them so much time. And considering they're down, probably around 40 seconds on time, they need all the time they get if they want to secure this round. So, pause is still taking. You have to wonder what this pause is about. If I had to say, I'm assuming they're It's one team reevaluating their strategy about what really went on this first round, and figuring out how they can improve. It could be, for example, watch this Drive, really thinking up counterplay to the heavy that has come out from Hawk, or it could be Hawk figuring out why they're losing fights. Haru, why do you think this pause came out?
You know, pauses happen for a lot of reasons. But yeah, what? Let's just hope that Drive can just force their meta out because it looks like meta is in lobby right now. Probably going to try to back out that, or he'll try to just go in with that 20 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's yet to be seen. So, but and so see, Band of the Hawk is they are trying to back up here, really save their med, keep it, prevent them from falling down, prevent prevent them from falling down and losing this first round. So, because this is Band of the Hawk's map pick, so losing that initial round could really set the tempo for the rest of the map. So, so, and generally another thing I've noticed is that it seems like the scouts for Watch the Strive have been really getting in, dealing good damage, along, really cleaning up the damage that Malarkey is doing. And it just doesn't look like to me that the scouts for Band of the Hawk are really doing the same. 'Cause they're just, and also the soldier bombs that have been going out. I feel like they've been going on without really much pressure.
Yeah, I just kind of haven't really noticed the bombs just because there's not really much happening with it.
But there was that one play where a soldier managed to get behind and kill 3 players, which which I believe that was Stress or Boneless on Band of the Hawk who did that. Really gave his team the time advantage in this round. So, and so we're all right now that we've been in this pause for quite a while. So, if you weren't here for the beginning of the stream, Fireside is proud to announce our first official partnership with Team Fortress 2 Coaching Central. The upcoming Coaching Central Cup will be Fireside's third TF2 Coaching Central Cup. First, under the official partnership, you could join if you are completely new to competitive TF2 sixes, or join and mentor as a coach. To check more, join the TF2 CC Discord server. And along with that, Firesidecast has also dropped merchandise on their website. All embroidered designs in hoodies, sweatshirts, hats, beanies, and more. Type !merch for the link, and you can even gift merchandise by going to the website. Most products are available for shipping in the US, Canada, and Europe. It appears a repause has come in. Not sure why at the moment, but it's yet to be seen. So Haru,
Yeah,
let me ask you a question here. If Quackjack goes down here, what happens? Oh, but never mind. We're back live, and Kiso goes down, but it looks like Quackjack got out successfully.
all they need to do is just build that Uber up. Try to push on to point. See what they can do with that 20 seconds left.
They're coming back out. It's now even Ubers. Pushing up, taking so much house control left. Malarkey goes down. Ooh, Ezekiel goes down. They use.
They exchange.
It's not looking good for Watch That Drive, losing players like that early in the fight. Natsu takes a bit of an aggressive fight there, goes down for it. They're coming back in. Malarkey goes down. 5 seconds left in the round. Senate on the cap, buying his team some time to respawn and get back in fight. But it looks like he's going to get taken down by the scouts. And they're coming back in. But team enough time to get their players back in. Oh, it looks like Kiso timed down, so that was the reason for the initial pause, to allow him to get back in. But the game appears to have gone into another pause.
My head broken.
Because it seems like these teams are really thinking this through methodically, like taking the time to understand that they have the pause as an option, and to really talk about what's going on in the game. We're back live again. Ezekiel on the bottom of the point. Recontesting the point. and it looks like they're going to get back on point. Berserker takes down Ezekiel on the point. Larkin. The frag.
Well, Band of the Hawk only has one player up right now.
It's a really long fight to take back control, and they eventually do recap the point.
Drive just needs to hold on to point for 40 seconds and not give it up at all.
The Uber situation is mostly even here, but it is to note that Wash's Drive does have slight Uber advantage, but Crackjack goes down.
Drive did bring up a heavy here.
Yep. It's like players are fighting, and it looks like Wash's Drive has wiped them up.
It's only their medic here.
Yeah. I don't see much way for, unless they can get back in, somehow get in the point, get that cap time, allow their players to get back in. I don't see. It's like Berserker bombing on the point, getting absolutely mowed down by the heavies and the scouts. And it looks like Wash's Drive is going to take round 1. A good showing for them so far. Good showing for them so far. As we move into round 2. Let's see how things changed from the last round. It looks like Wash's Drive is rolling out a heavy to mid. Really trying to shut down the soldier bomb. Early. But Natsu goes down fast. Looks like Band of the Hawk is going to take the point first, win the mid fight. Looks like they're trying to set up a forward hold here.
Oxford triangle.
Looks like they're trying to break through the right side here. Right through the right side here. Looks like they're getting a bit stuffed at the moment. It's Senate going down in lobby. So
getting backed out here with no forward hold.
They've gotten through the forward hold. Natsu edging point. But there's a soldier going behind. Do they?
Soldier on, and soldier forces red team.
Yeah. Because the Uber exchange, Kiso gets dropped in the exchange. It's not looking. Got a soldier bombing in. It's taken down.
Down. Got on concrete.
Chozo goes down. Wash's Stride managed to cap the point, but they're
Not so good scout and house.
Unfortunately, they lost their medic. So they're going to be playing They're going to be playing this out here. Let's see how they decide to play this out. This Band of the Hawk has appeared to have been walked out on the concrete, but they have to back into lobby. Looks like they're planning to take this a bit slow, like really build out the Uber. Appears they don't really know they're playing at slight ad here. Take a dry fight. Now they appear to be walking out on the concrete. Berserker taking a ton of spam. Not really Senate contesting the right house there. Really putting some spam into them. They don't really appear to be contesting that house.
Blue uses up.
Except they're getting in. And it looks like the Uber comes out. Ooh, and Chozo goes down. Unfortunate.
With that 80 Uber% he had. So maybe about full this side. Or well, no, it's not.
But looks like a bunch of the Hawk players go down after the fight. And it looks like Wash's Drive is going to be able to get the point back. Wash's Drive playing here about 10% Uber. They could try and play this aggressive. Maybe kill the med, preserve, and buy themselves a bunch of time. And I don't think they would do that. I don't think they're going to do that. They don't appear to be putting a forward.
Yeah. It looks like
they got a 4-man.
Yeah, Hawk looking to build on point or on spawn.
Chozo goes down. Fortune. Berserker surviving for quite a while, but ultimately going down. It's now going to be Band of the Hawk, full Uber ad. They're opting to take this down ramp. They successfully kill their traps. Don't want any players going down to that. They get it. They get it. Watch this drive appears to be playing back. Playing back. Not one guy, but the Uber comes out. So how do you think how this round has gone different from the previous one?
From what I'm noticing, it's just been a bunch of Uber ad and player decides deciding what happens.
Alright. Now it's going to be Watch This Drive playing about 60 ad here. It looks like they're playing this fast. They're already onto concrete. You got Senate on Berserker, taking him down. Looks like they use into the. They use in.
Dang, get that.
Ooh, they managed to get both Kiso and Quackjack. And Chozo goes down in the post.
There's about 50.
Turned into a really scrappy fight, and it does not look like it's going in the favor of Watch This Drive. Ultimately being forced to back up. Alright, so Band of the Hawk walking back out onto point. You got Watch This Drive regrouping in lobby, playing roughly equal ad. So aggressing on the point, taking a drive fight. But there's soldiers on the left getting into them.
Out behind.
Malarkey goes down. They're just falling to the players. It's 2v3. And it looks like they're opting to back up. But it looks like Chozo might get taken down here. Both players managed to survive.
Yeah, Chozo holding the Uber here.
Managing to survive, but they're really low on time. They have to push out if they want to.
They have to touch this round if they want to do anything.
They walk onto point. The Uber comes out from Band of the Hawk. The exchange comes out, but two players get dropped.
A little bit better than exchange.
So goes down. It looks 3 players down for Watch This Drive. I don't like their odds in this round.
Player ad with Hawk having the player ad here, looking away.
And Band of the Hawk takes round 2, putting us at 1-1. So, how did you feel about that round compared to the last?
Yeah, as I said before, it was just a lot of exchanges, and player ad had a big part to do with why people were losing. Like at the end, Band of the Hawk just had better player ad, even though they didn't have quite as good of an Uber.
Right, now we're back into round 3. Down was exchanging spam across the point, and it looks like Twerk coming in behind, but ultimately getting collapsed on by 3 players. But Strass are coming in, creating a bunch of havoc, forcing a bunch of players to look at him. And Chozo gets down really low, having to fall back for the pack. Natsu fighting Berserker on wood here. They're fighting him really back here. Sunshine going down. And Band of the Hawk takes the initial cap, but are forced to back up due to dropping so many players. It's going to be even Ubers here. See how Band of the Hawk wants to take this.
Drive trying to get a forward hold in.
Yeah, but it doesn't. They're walking through under concrete, taking a bunch of spam. They use early, and it looks like this is going to be a better Uber for Watch This Drive. They use.
Oh, they're just Ubering.
Trading players in the back line. They have several players.
A little bit
Band of the Hawk
better
has
of an
several
Uber.
players behind, and it looks like they're ultimately going to win this fight. Chozo and Malarkey caught deep here, and looks like both are going to go down. This is going to give Band of the Hawk the point back. And let's see what looks like. Kiso's trying to set up a forward hold here, but is taking a ton of spam, playing really low here. And looks like the rest of the players for Band of the Hawk are starting to walk up.
Yeah, drive looking like they want to do a four-man here.
Yeah. But this forward hold is proving a bit difficult to break for them. Senate attempts to jump through big door, just ultimately shut down. The rest of the players coming through concrete, but ultimately don't manage to find anything. Looks like the Band of the Hawk is going to keep the Ubers equal and maintain their forward hold. So watch this drive. They appear to be taking this towards ramp. Trying to bust out here. See if they... Hopefully they manage to clear these traps. Ooh, but Malarkey goes down! Ooh, the crits! The crits! Taking down Ezekiel Malarkey. Really unexpected play there. Really unexpected play there, but it looks like it worked out for them. The Uber counterpop for watch this drive came out a bit too late to save their players. And so they're forced to back up. And now that they know Band of the Hawk is running crits here, they have to play this a bit more carefully. Because they're playing... Because of crits ad. Looks like they're four-manning in onto Quackjack. But they have their beam in. And unfortunately, Chozo goes down. It looks like only Senate left, looking to find something to salvage on. Manages to get Quackjack, which is an amazing salvage for him. And it looks like watch this drive. We're gonna take this drive.
No, just use the drive, so otherwise they can't really do much with that.
No heals on the side of Band of the Hawk here. And looks like they're gonna get slowly picked off.
Soldier in yard.
Yep. Ultimately gets taken down by Pandas. And they appear to be aggressing on the concrete despite the player just had. Dropping Sunshine. Jiso in alone on concrete takes down a soldier, but appears to be backing up into lobby. Dropping that soldier for watch that drive isn't really something you want to be doing, because it means you really can't set up a forward hold dropping a spam class like that. And it looks like they're opting not to take the forward hold, playing back on point. They're walking out onto wood here. Looks like they're soldier high bombing, landing on Chozo, taking him down. Kisa goes down. Kisa goes down, and it appears to have been a four-man sack, which worked out wonderfully, taking down both Malarkey and Chozo.
Hawk setting up for an Uber here.
They're now playing
full, see what they can do.
Playing full out here. They're walking out concrete. Let's see how... Do they have to just push him out, or try and play aggressive and get the player fixed? Strats are going down in the right house. Seems like they're playing the point despite the Uber set. It looks like a player sacked in, but Chozo goes down. Senate looking not too far from the grave himself. Even times, still have a soldier in. Getting some rocket from the Quackjack, but not really doing that much damage overall. Now with 30 seconds left for Band of the Hawk, watch this drive is going to have to opt to take this for a dry fight. It looks like the forward hold they tried to set up didn't really work out. They're able to just walk out. Quackjack goes down. They have no heals, but the lack of time, they have to go fast.
Get some cap. They have to just dry here.
But it looks like they're going to be able to clean up the players. But Berserker's behind. They don't seem to be looking at him. Chozo at so low health, but ultimately lives. Now with 40 seconds left on the clock, it doesn't look like
Chozo's going to get the Uber here, so they can just stay on point and just use.
And what it looks like to me, Band of the Hawk is not going to have the time to really get their Uber before they have to take the fight.
They just have to dry here and hope that they can drop.
They're walking out, taking the fight. They're playing this passive, but the Uber comes out. The Uber comes out. Players dying on both sides. Malarkey playing a really aggressive here, chasing the med. Ultimately goes down for it. But the lack of players isn't looking good. They have no cap time. There's opted to run crits, but it was not enough. And that will be Watch This Drive, taking the first half 2-1. Alright. Now, as a reminder for all viewers, that the newcomer and amateur divisions for RGL use a different config from IM and above. The config for this works on a way of still works on a half system, where it's first to 2 and first to 2 per half, and it's the first one to win 4 rounds overall, or 2 halves. And so Haru, like in that half, who do you really feel were like the big playmakers for each side?
Biggest playmakers. Malarkey was definitely doing work on drive. Scouts were getting behind, and then for Hawk, there's definitely a lot from Berserker getting behind every few minutes, just trying to get those drops.
Yeah. Like for myself, I would have to say like Berserker was doing some real work for a Band of the Hawk, like really being able to get in and make so many players just look at him. Along with that, I'd long to say that the medics were dying quite a bit in the four-man sacks. Ideally, you wouldn't want meds to be dying like that. And now, let's take a look at the logs. All right, looking at the logs, looks like Berserker having a 371 DPM, really making work for his team with that, dealing tons of damage. Along with that, Sunshine doing 30 and 11, really staying alive when he needs to. But despite Band of the Hawk having 3 players above 300 DPM, they only won 1 round and a half. Why do you think that is, Haru?
Well, from what I was seeing, this looks like Tolo has been dying a lot, but that was just with both meds. From all the Ubers I was seeing, Drive definitely seemed to have more Ubers that were just better. So they're able to take down more players in the Uber and having it last a little better.
Yeah, I just say the Uber exchanges in this match have been quite chaotic. Like with several players going down for both sides each during the exchange itself, which is ideally something you don't want to be happening. But it usually looks like that Watch This Drive is getting the better end of those exchanges. And it looks like we're now moving into the second half. Alright. So Haru, how do you think this round is going to play out compared to the last?
Well, Drive, I assume Drive is gonna do quite a bit of work, and then Berserk is gonna do some stuff.
Larky going down really early there.
But you know,
there's a bunch of pressure in the left house for Drive. Driving Panthers, they're down. They're now playing 2-player disad here, and Berserker busting through the right house.
Just with almost
ultimately doesn't goes down. And it looks like Watch This Drive is going to try and regress with the player ad they have. And it looks like Band of the Hawk is going to be backing up off of it. But at least some contest. Senate is in. Senate looks to be trying to bomb in, but ultimately decides to back off. They're still playing really deep into concrete here. Both sides have Uber. And they're going to up to take a exchange, but Twerk goes down. And they're still playing this really passively, letting so much time drain off the clock. Berserker goes down as well. They're just letting their players die here. Not really finding much in return for it. Sunshine getting onto the cap, getting onto the point, taking the fight. Strasser Boneless getting in, dealing a ton of damage, making Chozo use, and killing Natsu. And it looks
Red
like
also using here, just exchange.
And it looks like the post fight is in fact going in favor of Watch This Drive, as because Band of the Hawk aren't able to keep their players
Soldier
alive.
behind in lobby, killing one.
But it looks like there's players have been evened out. Senate ends up trading out with Twerk in the back line. Ezekiel is in, but do they know he?
Looks like blue building on concrete here.
They know he's here. The rest of Watch the Strive appears to be coming out to support him, but they're playing large disad here. They have to play this really carefully if they don't want to have their medic die and forced into a full disad situation. The Zerk are going down. Tons of pressure in the left house for Watch the Strive, losing their soldier. But ultimately, they opt to back out of the left house. Seems like both sides
trying to do something here.
Both sides
Trying to
aren't
push
really
out.
pressuring the houses as much as they really
Blue uses here.
Kiso bombs in, going for Chozo.
Ready.
Looks like Chozo is going to escape. Kiso going down. Chozo getting really aggressive here. Almost
Chozo was pretty forward. Hopefully you can live this.
Still escapes. And now they're playing. And now they have full ad here. And they're going to look to take this to the ramp, it seems.
Yeah, hopefully they can use them, make use of this Uber.
They're still playing quite in. They opt to use, looking to kill players, it seems. Sunshine and Cryjack both go down. It looks like pretty successful Uber from Watch the Strive. So, oh, but a scout York comes in trying to salvage the situation. Unfortunately, goes down the Natsu. So, Sahara, how do you like? What about that fight did you really feel strongly about?
Well, Drive just had better Uber ad. They had players and they wanted to get that med, so they still have a little bit of Uber ahead here.
It looks like
it's gonna be a little better for them.
The forward hold from Watch the Strive really stuffing this foreman, not allowing them to get out at all, getting them so much time on the clock without risking their own Uber. But it looks like there's a sniper up on the side of Band of the Hawk, looking at ramp, seeing possibly if they can find a demo pick. But it looks like they're opting to go back and change back. Come back up scout. Band of the Hawk pushing back into lobby here, looking to try and break through this forward. But they're taking their sweet time here.
Med on ramp here.
They appear to have busted through.
Go in.
Ramp. Getting onto wood. Blackjack quite low health. The bomb in from Boneless, not going well. The Uber exchange comes out. Uber exchange comes out, and it looks like players Watch the Strive are just falling. Unfortunately, Chozo goes down. Looks like it's only Malarkey left, and he's behind. But
they can maybe get one more Uber out of it. They're gonna have to build for this Uber and then try to take it in.
They have a minute to work with here. So they have some time to like really get their idea together, what they really want to go. Because all they need here is the cap. Looks like Natsu coming up on Sniper. Peeking through ramp. This scene. Takes a shot, does not find anything. Appears to be walking out. They're going for the 4-man is in. And does not look like it's going to find anything, but Senate is still behind. And it's just to get a kill. But still goes down nonetheless.
The Drive just did get Uber. So hopefully they can go in, quick capture this point, and then win the round.
Yep.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
Band of the Hawk is going to have the late soldier. So now is probably a good time. They're using quickly, opting the flank. But looks like this Uber is going to be better for Band of the Hawk. But Sunshine gets dropped. The health for Band of the Hawk isn't so good here. It looks like they're going to be forced to back up. Strasser Boneless on the point. Corp going down.
Band of the Hawk is down players. Only it's a 3v5 here.
And it looks like the cap will come out.
Oh, and their Drive with the point.
Watch the Strive up to 3 rounds. 1 left for them to secure map 1. So Haru, how do you think Band of the Hawk is really going to try to adapt to what's been going on? Because they've not been performing as well as they would
Yeah.
hope to.
Well, there have been a few off classes with Sniper, but that's not really going to do much for them. So, you know, Sniper on the map is alright. But it's mostly just been Ubers, a little bit of DM, and just dropping players. So hopefully they can adapt to this.
The first mid fight concludes. Watch the Strive really not being able to kill anyone and ultimately just getting picked off one by one.
Only drop
But
Bundas,
Chozo does manage to survive. Even Ubers.
That's a little bit of ad, but it's gonna even up pretty quickly here.
They opt to use quickly. Big Quackjack dies with 99%. That is. Watch the Strive taking that aggressive Uber, really working out for them. And it looks like but unfortunately Chozo goes down in the post. Natsu losing the 1v1.
Chozo trying to hold left house here.
They have Sunshine still behind, but it looks like they're going to watch the Strive. It's going to deny their scout and medic. Sunshine is still behind. 3 players trying to kill this player. Finally goes down. But Banner the Hawk is managing to walk back in. Malarkey playing really aggressively here. And they're coming back in. Watch the Strive playing around 20 disad here. Let's see if Banner the Hawk can really play off of that. See if they can take one of those
aggressive... Hawk all going on concrete here. Trying to push point.
Berserker going behind. They know he's behind, but will he manage? Will Berserker find anything? Oh, he gets in, deals so much damage. And forces Watch the Strive to back up.
Forced to back up.
And looks like Banner the Hawk is going to once again put up a 4-hole. Malarkey goes down, perhaps a bit too aggressive in lobby.
Trying to forward hold.
It's going to be even Ubers here. They're looking to looks like they're taking this into lobby. Forward hold. Banner the Hawk's forward holds have been pretty strong.
And they both use here. They're doing an exchange.
But Malarkey goes down.
Looks like Blues is going to be a little bit better here.
Yeah.
As they are also, Drive is also down 2 players here.
Looks like the forward hold stuffed that Uber, and unfortunately Malarkey went down in it. It gives Banner the Hawk so much time. Natsu goes down over by ramp. Just watch the Strive just dropping players during the portal. Chozo goes down. Strasser. Strat's boneless. And frankly put, this round is not looking good for Watch the Strive, having lost their medic there. Like, Watch the Strive should be looking to foreman here and take down Quackjack. Just with the time they have left, if they can't take down Quackjack and they're forced to take another exchange, I'm not too hopeful for their chances in this round.
Doesn't look like we'll have time for it to get another Uber in, and they're just gonna have to dry this.
Here's the build for Watch the Strive has been quite slow, and they're gonna get Uber really close to the time. They're gonna need to get cap point on time. They appear to be pushing out the ramp here. Boneless goes down. Kiso goes down. The Uber comes out, but they still drop their demo. The Scout chasing down Chozo. They ultimately go down.
You have a little bit of cap time here. Trying to cap with this.
Looks like ultimately the players go down.
They are gonna be denying here if they actually do cap.
Yeah. Just Ezekiel on the point. They have a ton of cap time to work with here. Ezekiel,
it's all spawners here.
Ezekiel bombs in, ultimately gets denied. Because they just have to rush down the point, and it doesn't look like that's going to work out all their well.
And there's Hawk for round 2 there.
Alright. It's now playing 2-3. It looks like that round, Banner the Hawk really managed. Their forward holds are great. Being able to stuff Watch the Strive so hard.
About a minute there. little more than that.
And as this mid-fight comes out, both sides exchange spam once again. Kyle getting bombed in their left house, ultimately getting taken down. And Malarkey isn't looking there. He's gonna get shot at by the scout. Scout runs away. Boneless dies.
Alright, just by himself.
They have so many players on point. They're down both their soldiers right now. The health on Watch the Drive isn't the greatest. Sunshine going in, managing to take down Malarkey. And it looks like Watch the Drive are gonna get on the point and deny the demo. The Uber comes out from Fan of the Hawk. It doesn't look to be that great. But Chozo gets taken down by Kiso. Unfortunate.
Super unfortunate drop there. It's gonna be about 30 dispatch from now.
With that drop, it gives Fan of the Hawk so much leeway to work with. It's like Berserker playing really aggressively in lobby here, taking down Malarkey.
They quickly got to even Ubers here.
Natsu coming up on Sniper, peeking through ramp, taking a shot, does not find anything. Just have the whole thing spammed out by the demo.
Drive now having about 10 add on them.
Doesn't look like Natsu is able to really find anything. He hit a headshot on the demo, but doesn't appear there's anyone to clean up off that. Berserker bombs in, takes down Natsu. And Malarkey, Senate and Malarkey are both in. Looks like Malarkey going for the medic, unable to find anything there. Senate is still in. The whole team looking at them, and they ultimately get taken down. It's now playing even Ubers here. And the forward holds from Band of the Hawk have been really strong starting in the second half.
Let's see if I can break through this quickly. Both with even Ubers here.
Senate goes down, unfortunately losing a player. They're forced to use Berserker. Berserker gets killed.
Better Uber with a little worse of an Uber for Drive here.
And looks like I'll just drive off the back up and then recommit in the post fight. So Kiso goes down. The health on Watch This Drive is not the greatest. They take down more players. Sunshine the point ultimately backs up. Senate going down on blue concrete. And it looks like Band of the Hawk is opting to back up. They're playing around 30 disad here. But let's see if the teams know the Uber situation. Berserker bombing in, it's behind. But I don't. Kiso goes down. Kiso goes down. Poor man. They don't know Berserker's there. He gets the drop. Unfortunate. That's exactly what you want out of a 4-man. Getting that drop gives you so much room to work with.
And now a full Uber here to work with, while they have only 42 seconds left on the clock.
We're going to be able to cap the point without having to use.
One good forward here would just give them the round.
Yeah. But they're used. They're fighting the players on concrete. Up the chase. Chasing the spawn. Opting to try and get the frags.
Pwned is alone on point here.
It looks like they managed to get out without losing anyone. And Watch This Drive has to take a drive fight here.
Watch This Drive with a little bit of cap time here.
They managed to take down Berserker. Kyle gets in damage, opening up space for his team.
Drive almost able to get this.
They managed to get that point, but they denied 2 players, and their health is so low. But it doesn't look like Band of the Hawk knows, and they opt to back up.
Band of the Hawk trying to just get that Uber to even it out.
Yep. Looks like Band of the Hawk is now starting to re-aggress. Spawners from Watch This Drive starting to come back in. Berserker goes down early. The Uber comes out from
Hawk comes
from
out.
Hawk. The counter Uber comes out. It's so much better. They managed to take down Kiso. Down goes Twerk. Got a soldier going in on the medic. Ultimately gets taken down.
A lot better than Uber from Drive here.
Yeah, they managed to hold that Uber for much longer.
With the player advantage as well. Yeah. Just
Now it's down to 60 seconds. Yeah. They appear to be trying to bust through ramp early. All they need is the cap to win the round and take this to 3-3. They've got Kiso on the point, getting killed. Very low health
a little
here.
bit of Uber disadvantage here. They're capping the point here. They have to stay on point in order to actually keep this.
The health on Watch's Drive is so low though, and it looks like Band of the Hawk is going to take the round. We're now sitting at a scoreline of 3-3. Next round wins.
Golden cap here.
All right. And so Haru, like, tell me about those forward holds that came out from Band of the Hawk.
They just kept their forward hold. It was even Ubers, and Drive just had a little bit worse of an Uber, and they just weren't able to break free.
Yeah, it looks like that to me. Just Watch's Drive being forced to use so much earlier in those forward holds, just unable to find any players.
Yeah,
And
the big
ultimately-
thing that was getting Drive those caps and those player ads where they just had much better Ubers on mids, and without that, they weren't really able to get player ad.
Yeah. So Band of the Hawk really becoming re-emergent in that second half. Let's see if Watch This Drive can really come out and show us what they showed us in the first half and take the final round. And just a reminder, this map is Band of the Hawk's map pick. So they would ideally want to take this map. Right. And so Haru, again, like, who do you think were the really standout players in that half?
That half. Still Berserker on Hawk, I'd say. He was getting behind. He was dropping mid last round.
Yeah, Berserker's impact can't really be understated here. It's like really just being able to get in, deal that damage, open up space for his team, and get those crucial picks.
Silent on Drive is also doing some pretty good stuff. Dropping meta at 9, I believe it was 2 rounds ago.
Yeah.
So that was definitely really good from him.
Yeah. And so it looks like that we have one of the teams readied up, just waiting on the other. Teams discussing the strats they really want to execute. Discuss their mistakes, discuss how they can improve in this final round. Because this is the round that matters. Alright. After this map, we will be moving to CP Sunshine, the map pick of Watch This Drive. And given their showcase here, it's probably going to be a really good fight to watch. And so Haru, who do you think is going to win the final round on this map?
Honestly, it could be anyone here. We've both of these teams have had really good showcases on what they can do, the skill. Hawk having really good forward holds, and then Drive having good Ubers, just having good exchanges, dropping players to get ad. It's honestly anyone that could win this round.
Right. If I had to say who would win this round, I would have to give it to Band of the Hawk, given they can keep those forward holds they've been doing up, and it looks like the final round has started. Let's see what they do. Yep. Looks like they're going to be beginning to exchange spam across the point. It's aggressive. Band of the Hawk playing aggressive in the left house. Ultimately taking space there, but ultimately dropping a scout in the process. Malarkey going down low really early. Ton of space. Shots are boneless. Going in. Ultimately gets taken down by a nice shot. Malarkey and Senate both dying. Berserker going down.
Point is being contested.
And it looks
Electric on point.
Natsu getting onto Kiso here. Sunshine in. Facing the route of 3 players.
Kozo almost dying there. Keeping
Getting-
that in. Getting in again. Trying to just get that Uber before they use it.
But it doesn't look like they're going to off take this aggressive. Giving time for Watch the Stripe to equal out Ubers.
Equal Ubers here. Let's see if they can get those
Stripe's
good
are boneless
Uber exchange.
Straight's boneless going in. Going down. Getting the force.
That's
Excellent
their
play.
forcing.
Yep, the force.
Hawk getting a little bit better of an Uber exchange here.
Yep. He's and the Hawk ultimately having to use as well, and managing to clean up all the players. See, Malarkey playing down by ramp, and East Kyle up on concrete. East Kyle offering to back into lobby, and it looks like Band of the Hawk.
They're doing their good forward hold here.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Drive can break that forward hold in less time than they did before.
Yep. All right.
Going in there.
All right. Senate jumping the demo.
Senate
taking
in
them
house
down.
here.
Malarkey
getting-
bombing and trying to get on the medic. Ultimately goes down.
Senate goes down.
Twerk getting on Natsu, who came up with Sniper. Goes down. They ultimately
They have player out here now.
They ultimately don't get the force, but they're actually playing roughly 30 ad here. If they take this fast, they can potentially kill Quackjack before they can get Uber. It looks like they're taking this through ramp. They're coming out. Taking this really fast. They're getting on to Quackjack here.
on.
Quackjack goes down.
Quackjack drops
They did-
Uber here.
They didn't have Uber quite yet. They're able to get in, take down Quackjack, get the point. Didn't even have to use. They're now playing full ad here. But it looks like there's a bunch of players looking to collapse on the Shozo. Ooh.
Oh, goes down.
So much damage coming in all at once. Not really much you could do there.
Quackjack's gonna have a little bit of Uber ad now.
Twerk deciding to cap the point, ultimately denying a bunch of their players,
Being contested.
which is just going to allow Watch the Strive just to walk back on the point cap. Well, it looks like Band has decided to come up crits here. While we're trying to take the crit attack. Malarkey goes down, playing a bit forward. Looks like they're playing this like really aggressive here. Able to take the point from the drive. Send it in. Ultimately goes down. And they
Uber's super close here, even though
Berserker's in
they're
behind.
using
It's
different
seen.
guns.
Shozo gets taken down to 20 health, but ultimately lives. Looks like they're going to try and set up a forward
Let's
hold
hope.
here.
Let's hope Hawk can actually use that crit effectively.
They're going to have to use this proactively. Oh, they use it. Uber comes out. Malarkey gets unfortunately
Uber also
dropped.
uses.
Ultimately, I'd say this was far better. This was far better for Band of the Hawk, being able to take down Malarkey like that. But they just get in, take down Kiso. Senate is in behind. They don't see him. Takes down both Sunshine and Quackjack, making so much room for his team. Looking, all players looking at him, allowing his team just to get in, dealing so much damage. And Band of the Hawk was forced to back up.
Hawk also down players here.
Yeah.
Getting out spawners up.
Watch us drive down.
Here.
Watch us drive down roughly a minute. Boneless in. Gets Chozo. An excellent bomb. Twerk also in. Fighting. And it looks like they're just opting to drive this off that medpick. Getting them able to cap the point. And ultimately, the players for Watch Us Drive just getting taken down. East Kyle sitting on the point, backing up. 30 seconds left on the clock. Watch Us Drive has to play this. They don't.
Malarkey going in and get taken down.
Yeah. Just losing their players like this is not good for them.
They just have to drive fight this and just hope they can get players.
Boneless going in, getting on the med again. Gets taken down, but not
Owen gets taken down.
forcing
They're all
Natsu
on
to look
point
at
here.
him.
Only 2 players here. They do have a little bit of cap time though.
But the Uber comes out and looks like that's
Just
gonna be
one
it.
play here.
GG is
Not
coming
really
out in the
much to do
chat,
with that.
and that'll be map 1. Call of Bagel, the Band of the Hawk. And so hard. Tell me about that match as a whole. Like, what happened? Like, we had like watch that drive go up, take like an early lead, but then just Band of the Hawk came back, really started to get their stuff together, and just won the match overall.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things happened in that match. Panda Hawk just had a lot better forward holds than what Drive had. And they were just able to waste as much time as possible, getting just better advantages on time.
Yeah.
Not only that, they actually also went crits and got Malarkey there. Several times they went on crits and just got better Ubers out of it.
Like a thing I was noticing was like their four-mans were also like excellent. They were able to get onto Chozo pretty consistently, take forcing them to either use or just straight drop them. Yeah. And with that, we're going to be moving on to CEP Sunshine. This will be Watch This Drive's map pick. All right. And now, with a break between maps, I'm going to remind viewers that Fireside is proud to announce our first official partnership with TF2 Coaching Central. The upcoming Coaching Central Cup will be Fireside's third TF2 Coaching Central Cup, but first under the official partnership. You could join if you are completely new to competitive TF2 sixes, or join and mentor as a coach. To check more, join the TF2CC Discord server. And also, Fireside Cast has dropped merchandise on their website. All embroidered designs in hoodies, sweatshirts, hats, beanies, and more. Type !merch for the link, and you can even gift merchandise by going to the website. Most products are available for shipping in the US, Canada, and Europe. And now,
So this one is Drive's pick map. What do you think is gonna happen here?
uh, given the this is a given that the teams showed pretty equal DM in the first map, I'd have to say this will come down to more of like a fundamental understanding of sixes for these teams. So,
Definitely.
and with this being Watch the Strives map, I'd give this map to them. Given how they were showing,
Definitely, yeah.
they were having an excellent showing on Call of Bagel. Just they were having really showing that they can play this game well despite being a lower seed. And just a reminder to our viewers that Newcomer and Amateur use a different config from IM and above. There will be two halves. The first half, which is first to 3, and the second half, which is 5 rounds. It is the first to 5 overall. And unlike the Bandy config, there is no infinite overtime. Once the clock runs out, that half will end. And so another thing, Haru.
Yeah.
Do you think either team is going to opt to run off classes past last? Given how both
There
teams at a point decided to run heavy on Koth Bagel.
That's true. There definitely is a place for sniper outside of last point and lobby. I've definitely seen people just snipe from mid all the way to second and drop the med there. So it's definitely a possibility.
Yep. And so, and so, and so, Haru, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Give me your score prediction for this match.
Score prediction?
How do you think? How do you think this is going to turn out?
I mean, considering it is Drive's map of choice, I'd hope that they get it. Um, Honestly, my score is just 3-5. I going to Drive.
I have to agree with you there. Like, I'd say
I
it's just
mean,
about.
it's just they both are very equal in DM. They definitely know how to play sixes. I think it's going to be somewhat even.
Yep. So as the players continue to file into the server, let's let's move on to talking about Sunshine as a map. So Sunshine is well staple of sixes at this point. Classic 5 CP map. Got that rotational mid like process, and often newer players struggle with rotational mids. Like they just don't rotate and ultimately get collapsed on. Like how do you think that's going to really play into these mids, Haru?
Well, it also just depends on what type of mid they're going to be trying to go. Right or left mid. Rights are definitely a little bit harder to do than left, from my experience. Rights are also a lot better to go for if it's newer players. They, you know, they're not the uh, but yeah, it just depends on that, and then also just what they can do on that mid. Bow the demo, see what you can do, walk forward, rotate. Just depends on what kind of mid is going to be happening here.
All right. And so let's talk about the standout players for each team and the players to really watch going into this match. Given the showcase we've seen on Bagel, I'd have to say like the soldiers for both teams.
Yeah, Berserker was really behind, really doing work on Bagel. And Sunshine is a really good soldier map. So I mean, he's definitely going to do some work on here.
Yep. It'll be a joy to watch to see what shenanigans they get up to. And so let's talk about the demos. Like let's talk about demos. All right. So I say both these demos have been putting up a good show in terms of the damage they're dealing. But I feel like both of them have been playing quite aggressively and ultimately dying because of it. Like, do you agree with that sentiment?
Yeah, definitely. The demos just need to play with their med and sticky spam, get that mid fight, take it, and just roll out the last. And at least that's ideal.
Yeah. And so tell me, what do you think is going to be the determining factor for for this map on who will win it?
Determining factor. Honestly, probably last holds. Like there is definitely a difference between last hold and newcomer, and just holding that last and trying and getting out of like the huge thing in sixes 5 CP. So let's hope they can do that, or they'll just roll.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But have to be where both teams have to be wary of backcaps because I've seen my fair share.
definitely.
I've seen my fair share on this map just forgetting to clear a corner or
Spy
something.
or a spy can back cap.
Yeah.
You can still clear, but a spy will get you.
Yeah. And so and so let's move on to the medics because I feel like both medics have been doing a pretty good job overall, but soldiers have just been able to get onto them. Just how like you're a medic player yourself. Tell me how you feel about that.
I mean, they've definitely just got on a soldier behind, and they just dropped to that. It's very easy to drop to that. Maybe doing a little bit better surfing, but surfing is very difficult to do just under pressure. I noticed a few where he could have surfed, but it didn't happen. But oh well, it happens.
Like, but for the majority of the players in the server, this is their first time playing in an RGL playoff match. So you must imagine that the nerves are going to be quite high.
A pass-in match with a playoff single elimination. The nerves are definitely going to get to you, especially for Newcomer.
Yeah. Yep. But it looks to me the players have been handling it quite well. All right. It looks like both teams have readied, and we're getting into Sunshine. All right. So with both teams rolling out, gotta see how they're going to opt to play this mid. And I'm really gonna be watching the soldiers, seeing what they're gonna do. So I think they're gonna be the real pacemakers here.
Looks like Red taking a left mid here.
Looks like they're confronting each other. Malarkey going down very early. And it looks like both sides just exchanging a ton of spam.
Or they're just going back into choke here.
Yep. Senate opting to bomb in. Quackjack goes down. So unfortunate. Appears to have prayed her.
Although just needs to survive here and then just use into them.
Yep. Looks like they're pressuring Valley through hard here, seeing if they can get onto the medic. Stretcher bonus in, but oh, the panic force. Unfortunate. They managed to clean up a ton of players. They could still push on the mid here with the 3-player rad, but they have to be aware that they're now playing roughly around 20 disad. I think they have to recognize the fact that they can just if they play too aggressively, they just get Ubered into and their med dies. With that, the mid cap comes out, and we transition into the stone. So both sides just generally exchanging spam at each other. Looks like we have a soldier going in, getting on the Senate, getting
trying
two.
to go for a market. Failed
But
very low.
They just get. But Band of the Hawk uses into the combo. Watch the strive. Cleans up Malarkey and Chozo. Unfortunate.
Okay.
But both soldiers are behind for Band of. Both soldiers are behind for.
Strive trying to get onto mid again.
Looks like the fight on mid is going very poorly. With players recommitting,
trying to get on.
They all get cleaned
and
up.
Medic dies here. So they're gonna have about 40 disad now.
They all get cleaned up. With players recommitting. It looks like they're going to be pushing on to second.
The control point is being captured.
Off classes to get to come out for Band of the Hawk.
So they just cap and
to be a
then
last
just
hold.
get Uber fast. They can just roll in and then win the round.
Sunshine coming up.
No
sniper.
off classes was looking like. Except for a sniper there.
Heavy and sniper off classes. Usually in these last holds you would want an engineer. Malarkey goes down to Sunshine. That'll buy some much needed time. But it looks like they're opting not to try and get an Engie up. Sticking with that heavy sniper.
If they want to take advantage of Uber, they're gonna have to use pretty soon.
Yep. Malarkey back. They're playing around. They have to take this immediately if they really want to get something with this. But it does not look like they're in position.
Especially with that sniper peeking right there.
Natsu goes down in lobby. And it looks like it's going to even out. It looks like both soldiers are going dungeon. Going for the double sack. Chozo opts to use. Save his life.
They're gonna.
And Berserker is incredibly far behind in their cafe.
Looks like they're trying to get out of that last hold.
Our last control point is being captured.
Pandos goes in, tries to get some cap time, but ultimately goes down for not much. They clean up the soldier in the back, and looks like they're pushing into lobby here. Keep in mind, they're playing full disad here. Sunshine hitting a nice shot at the Natsu. Senate killing Kiso. Alright. And looks like It looks like it's just going to continue to stalemate. Neither side really, despite the full Uber ad for Band of the Hawk, they haven't yet opted to use out. But it looks like their beams in lobby. It looks like they might be trying to use out. And they use.
Over out on cafe here. Trying to get that Uber.
They really don't use into
Hey.
much.
If they can get that Uber soon, they can use into them and cap second once again.
They kill East Kyle, but no, they don't get much else. It looks like
They are down a
looks
soldier
like-
here.
looks like Drive's
Trying to
opting
go
take
in.
this through Valley.
They
They
use
use back
here.
into them. Malarkey bombing in.
Malarkey
Goes
died
down.
immediately.
Jumps into the 2 soldiers. Goes down. Natsu kills Quackjack. Oh, but Chozo goes down as well. Post fight is looking quite scrappy, but it looks like
It's even player here.
Yep. Watcher's Drive gets the cap, and it looks like they're going to keep it, taking down Boneless as he tries to retreat.
Just waiting for spawners now, trying to get in there.
Yep. Playing once again back to even Ubers. Second to last stalemate. It looks like Band of the Hawk has yet to bring up an off class. Oh, they've
Heavy
just brought up
now.
a heavy. And I don't know why they've yet to bring up an engineer. How valuable an engineer is on Bastards.
Especially in Sunshine. Unless you have a Uber, it's pretty hard to even take down the gun.
Yep. It's like both sides are just building out their Uber, not really doing much in the meantime.
Pretty much even Uber here.
A soldier, watch this Drive soldier looking to try and bomb through Senate in love. Ultimately decides to back up, not go in. They're offering the plays really slowly. Taking space. Watch this Drive taking space in lobby. Ooh, Malarkey gets a kill on Kiso, and Senate bombs in and forces Quackjack. Chozo is very low. Ultimately gets forced out. Gets forced as well, and they opt to go in with it. They're killing so many players. It's just the heavy and the med. Just the heavy alive. And
get it. They're getting that, and they got that point.
And that's the round. Watch this Drive. All right, so tell me about that round. Like about the second to last stalemate.
A lot
Teams-
of just sitting there. They definitely could have done a little bit something at the first last hold. Drive definitely could have just taken an Uber in. It would have been a little bit better than just waiting.
And we're
but
back. We're back to the mid fight.
It is what it is.
Looks like teams are
going
once again
right
meeting,
side.
but on the other side. Band of the Hawk
Right
walking
mid.
through Death Corner.
Malarkey
Boneless goes down.
getting wrecked.
They're taking so much damage, and it looks like this mid fight has been squarely won by
Down
Watch This
3
Drive.
players now.
Now, do they
Senate
opt to
was down.
chase? Quackjack's so low.
Okay,
It seems like
just going to cap mid here.
seems like they weren't able to chase. Well, they should be able to push in off the player ad here. Sunshine hiding. Let's see if they can find anything.
Quackjack did not die
They-
in mid, so it's going. Oh, and then
Gets
they
the force on the
use there.
On the Chozo.
If they can drop the mid, that would be awesome. Doesn't look like that's gonna happen though.
Yep. You have Twerk coming up at Engineer. Building and getting a gun up on last. This seems to be in contrast with the team using out onto second. Natsu is down. It looks like the health. Watch the Strive. It's pretty low. Chozo goes down to a bomb by Boneless.
Getting in there, Boneless dies though.
Yep. Panda's in.
Like driving,
Still in on second.
holding mid
Going
here.
for Quackjack. Gets some damage, but unable to find the kill. And so it looks like we're settling into a mid to second stalemate here. With
Hawk just
Band-
building on second here, trying to get that.
Band of
Whatever
the Hawk.
advantage they can.
Band of the Hawk playing around 30 ad. Kiso playing really aggressively here. ultimately doesn't get punched. It looks like the rest of the team has just started to walk in, and they're starting to fight mid. Send it up in Bell Tower. Ult drops down. Scout on the point. They're in Deathborn right now, so a bomb there could be very valuable, but Watch the Strive seems to leave mid without a fight. But they're getting wrapped in Cafe.
And then Hawk uses, and then drops.
Chozo goes down. And it looks like Malarkey goes down as well. Panda's hiding in dungeon right now.
Senate goes down. They're down 3 players now.
Yep.
It's a -1 here with for them.
It looks like they're opting to just leave players and push into the lobby. But it looks like they have 4 players in live right now. They're getting their spawn.
People are going on one, and then they get in.
They're in last.
Get in. They're
getting cap
point. At the standpoint, if they want to keep
they have so much cap time, and it ultimately does not work out. So much spam. Oh, never mind. The bomb from Berserker getting the cap.
Oh my god.
Excellent bomb from him, capitalizing on the massive amount of cap time, successfully able to win the round for his team.
Crazy.
All right. And so that round went a lot faster. Just watch this drive. Watch this drive. Winning the mid fight early, but unable to capitalize on it. Boneless goes up for an early bump. Goes down fast. Playing a death corner. Oh, watch this drive is just obliterating them. But Chozo gets taken down by Berserker.
Have a better mid here. Dow getting
Sunshine living for so long.
They got a full wipe there on them. They just need to cap and then roll out.
Yep.
Oh, but Chozo did go down during that, so it's going to be even Ubers.
It looks like Ben of the Hawk is opting to hold last here, with 2 Twerk coming up on Engineer.
An Engineer on last. Sunshine also on Sniper here.
Seeing
if he can get a pick.
Playing this really slowly. They don't seem to. Seems to have taken them a bit to realize that Ben of the Hawk wasn't on second.
Our control point is being captured.
Getting on the cap. They're playing roughly 15 ad here, but
Sunshine peeking bats here.
But
Same way you can do with
really
this.
capitalize on that ad. No like you're trying to spam Kiso through bats. Not able to find any pills connected.
Try just getting that Uber so they can try to push in with the 20 ad they have.
Ben of the Hawk has the gun up on the left side, getting a clearer view on point, but not really up on left. On the left high ground.
Doesn't look like they know where that gun is, so they're gonna have to try and find that and then use in. But now it's evened out.
He's still taking a bunch of damage, being forced to back up. Looks like we're once again selling into stalemate. Looks like the gun has been moved to behind the point. Getting views on the entrances, but not really seeing the point itself. Senate looking to in dungeon, maybe trying to look at bomb and ultimately gets spammed out. Natsu appears to have died to a trap in lobby. And it looks like, let's see if Ben of the Hawk sends in a counter sack. It's like the King Bat. A trap getting deaded on Kiso, but not enough damage to kill him. Natsu appears to have come up Sniper. Look,
Natsu, the goated sniper. Let's see what he can do with this.
Hopefully trying to get like a big pick, maybe taking that the demo, or getting on the medic. From the current angle, looks like
Almost gets
a shot on the demo, but didn't kill.
Beef a little, but it's all right.
Taking an aggressive angle in left. Ultimately forced decides to back up.
See if he can try and get that med pick.
Ooh, it's a
You
nice
got a
headshot.
pick on Bones.
Yep. Let's see. They have Berserker's up on Spy. Gets the drop.
Red gets dropped.
Nice spy play coming out for Berserker, getting that incredibly important pick for his team. But it seems like Watch the Strive is still playing this aggressively, maybe seeing if they can force Quackjack to use or get tons of time up.
Oh, and then Med uses before Natsu can drop.
They force Quackjack to use. And it looks like the rest of the players are going to die. Not still alive, but
got 2 picks, but
see if we can get getting spawned by Berserker and ultimately taken down. Late death.
Our control point is being captured.
Red spending quite a bit of time. Red Medic spending quite a bit of time alive without healing, which gives Quackjack still like a small ad here. Not much to work off of. We'll probably just even out. It looks like they're settling into a mid to second stalemate. See, both sides seeming to look just opting to build Ubers. Just wait. Not much really going on.
Just
Both sides waiting.
on
Both sides waiting for the other one to make their move.
so just trying to spam out.
Yeah. He's Kyle looking at the cafe, not spotting much. Just standard stalemate. Senate goes in, going for Quackjack. Oh, does not find a rocket onto him. Let's see where the counter-stack comes through.
Drive just trying to get in, although it is even Ubered, so let's see what they can do with this.
Boneless goes in.
Boneless drops the med here. The Hawk has full Uber at them now. They can hopefully keep this until they get to second.
Looks like Panda's
They're keeping
salvage
that.
attempt did not
See
go.
if they can just
They
go
don't seem to
into
know Senate.
lad.
They don't seem to know Senate is still hiding in Valley. So let's see if he can make something happen with this.
Senate going in.
Try.
Trying to get the med.
Quackjack not used the drop. Oh, it does get the force. Excellent play from Senate, getting that force.
They're
They
going
go to
in.
last with this Uber.
It's only a level 1. It gets destroyed. So there's no sentry to deny anyone.
Playing so low and
There's med there. They all die.
getting so much cap time. No
They're
one's
getting on. They just need to get on there.
They get the
and
cap.
then they get it.
The decision to really bring that Uber in the last, despite it not being the greatest, really worked out for them. So they caught them off guard. Managed to get some early picks and get time on the point. Just with no one to deny. Well, let's see. See this goes. This may goes. Boneless going into Red Cafe.
That's gonna be going for
all the way
a
behind.
light rotational.
No one seems to know Boneless is there. Gets on the med, 2 rockets them.
That
and it
goes
looks like
down.
With
Quackjack.
no heals left, they're going in for the med.
Going
Quackjack
for
so
med.
low.
Quackjack goes
they take down
down. So
Quackjack.
it's going to be even. So the Cho's are going to have a little bit of ad if they someone to heal.
Yeah. Although another teammate does not spawn for another 4 seconds.
So we're going to have a little bit of ad with that.
They don't seem to be waiting for their teammate. This is going to give them...
Words.
Yep. Ben of the Hawk sitting on second here. Able to
Waiting
come to free.
16 seconds before healing someone.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
East Kyle going in, unable to find much. So... Looks got an engineer sniper off classes for drive. But it looks like Band of the Hawk is playing this incredibly passively. And it doesn't seem like Wash's Drive really knows what's going on second. With really only Kiso sitting on second. Playing a really passive position at Cafe.
The sentry on right next to Dungeon on that last hole.
It looks like
they're gonna have a good one.
Band of the Hawk is finally deciding to come in.
It is even Ubers here, so let's see what they can do with let's see what Hawk can do with this Uber when going in.
Yeah. Just general changes. Spam getting exchanged in lobby, not too trying to take a shot on the player on bats. Doesn't find the shot.
Mark, you're just trying to sticky spam.
They appear to have
See what they can do.
It looks like they might try and set a double sack through dungeon here. Looks like that's what they do. The gun doing a great amount of damage to them. They take down the gun. but both soldiers go down. Watch this drive should ideally be looking to push out Cap second here with that 2-player ad, but they don't appear to be getting off classes.
It's once again even here.
Looks like they just upped to hold last. Got the spawners back. Spawners for Band of the Hawk coming back to the front. See what they try
trying
to
to go through dungeon, but getting denied.
Natsu taking an aggressive angle in the lobby here. Appears to have been spotted out by the soldier on bats. Decides to back up. Band of the Hawk is making their way in the lobby. Sunshine goes down to Stickies from Malarkey. And the bonus goes in, gets the force. And they're opting to walk with the force.
Natsu coming up as spy. See if we can get a drop on the medic.
Ultimately gets taken down by Turret, who is going in, doesn't see the gun, and ultimately dies for it. But it looks like this push out to second is not looking too likely now, as they decide to back up.
Going through dungeon here, seeing if they can get an Uber in through lower.
They're now playing player ad here. They use through.
Sentry gets shot immediately.
They're not getting really much pressure on the cap.
Med goes down. They're down 3 players. Let's see if they can get this cap.
They have 2-player ad here. This ideally should be a cap. Out for the side of Band of the Hawk.
Just Malarkey here.
And
then they get that 3rd round down.
It's the 3rd round, end of the first half.
3-1 here for a Band of the Hawks.
Alright, so Haru, tell me more about that half. Like, really, what did you notice?
I mean, Drive is getting a lot of good mids here, almost full wiping pretty much every single mid. Most of the time, the meds do both go down, so not really much Uber ads, so they do have to end up going even, and that does become a problem with trying to roll into last.
Like I say, for me, it's a story of both teams are kind of playing passive on the second to last.
They had even Ubers for quite some time on that last round. And just weren't really doing anything, just holding passively.
Yeah. Along with that, it seems like the salvages for both teams have been pretty solid. Like a Scout soldier getting caught in the back line, the other team forgets they're there, and they're just able to get in and either force or kill the med.
Yeah, a lot of these times, Hawks just had a little bit better DM, so they were able to get like a 2K and just get on to point and then cap that.
And as for Hawks, like their sacks have generally been very solid.
Yeah, definitely.
They've been able to pretty consistently find what they're looking for with those sacks, which has really been, which I say is really the main contributing factor to the round advantage they have currently. And so now that we're half in, what would you say about your original prediction? Would you change it, maybe?
I still believe in the Drive win.
All right.
I think they can get this 4-round win.
All right. Well, the players seem to be talking out what happened in that first half.
What happened, what they can improve on, what they're going to do differently this round. See what they can do.
Yep. Because for me, I think the main thing...
They're playing super passively. Their mids are fantastic. They're always wiping. But it just happens on last, and they can't push in. And they need to push in better.
It's always both meds dying in mid.
Yeah, I mean, usually that's not the deciding factor because, it's even Ubers, whatever.
I mean, but with Watch This Drive's absolutely dominant mids most of the time, like losing their med there is not ideal for them.
Not ideal at all. They can survive from it if both meds die.
But losing their med like that just
It definitely
forces
doesn't
an even
help.
stalemate. Forces an even
Yeah.
stalemate second to last. Instead of trying to push into lead with Uber ad,
Yeah, I
which
mean,
is ideally what they would want to do.
especially with the sentry on last and they're trying to send a sack in, it's just not going to go very well.
Yeah. Right. And so, like, as for the standout players you saw really during that half, who would you say?
You know, Berserker's still doing a lot of work.
I,
Natsu doing quite a few. Natsu doing quite a few off classes. Getting a few picks, but not really able to get that med.
could say just Watch This Drive's general team coordination on mid seems to be most better than Ben of the Hawks, but they aren't able to really spiral that into a round win.
Yeah, I think if they want to win, they're going to have to get that mid fight, win the mid fight, and then coordinate into last and get that cap.
Because it seems to me that both sides, just when their Uber gets forced, they tend to go in with it.
Yeah,
It's
like
not
if your Uber gets forced and you're down like 50%, you really shouldn't be going in if it's just you and like a demo, say. You just have to get out there and survive with that.
yep. And so
And you need to just, not drop as many players as, what's been happening. Especially if you're getting forced like that.
yep. Well, also like individual plays, like I'd say Berserker's spy play, like that really caught Watch This Drive off guard.
And then round 2, they almost didn't get that cap, but it was there.
I'm curious to see if Bennett Hawk maybe tries to pull out crits again, like they did on Bagel. Yeah. Both teams have readied. We're back in the game. With Bennett the Hawk needing two rounds to
Going
win.
into crits in 5 CP is not usually ideal unless, it's complete even. Like, you can catch them by surprise sometimes, but definitely a better play on, say, top.
Kiso getting a ton of damage early, hitting 2 players. And they just get collapsed on off of that.
Triumph just gets... Okay. Neither mid looked like they died, although Chozo's
getting chased all the way into the last, and ultimately goes down. A full wipe.
Yeah, that's gonna be about 70 add-on.
It appears
Hawk
Natsu coming up Sniper, and Senate coming up Spy. Looks like Senate might be trying to make a hero play for his team here. Get that med pick.
We have lost the control point.
He's currently hiding in dungeon. He spotted the med. He's going for it, but gets caught out.
Med gets caught by the med and just isn't really able to do anything.
The med does in fact have earphones.
Oh my god.
It looks like they're taking this in through dungeon.
They're getting on control point. They use on point.
And they get
See if they can do.
2 quick player
Ezekiel
picks.
trying to get on.
They just clean up all the players.
Just Senate.
And goes down.
And just a full wipe.
Round 4. The Band of the
I
Hawk.
don't want.
Alright. Band of the Hawk needs just one more round to close this game out. And so, Watch This Drive must be quite on edge right now. Have to think about how that's affecting their mental. Strats are going to... Looking straight boneless going to Cafe. Getting picked early. They're
rotating right side.
Kiso gets trapped in death corner. Goes
Trying
down.
to just spam out.
Chozo at really low
Although
health.
super low, he just needs to get out of there and survive.
Yep. Sonic going in deep, trying to find something. Doesn't get anything. And it's ultimately a 1 mid fight to watch this drive. But they appear to be aggressing in second quite fast. Natsu getting caught out there. And they ultimately have to back up.
Drive looks like they have a little bit of Uber head here.
Boneless playing quite deep in Cafe.
Not
Trading
much.
spam with Iskael.
It's gonna even out very soon.
Both sides evens. Should be expecting sacks to come out soon. But it looks like Band of the Hawk opts to send their attack first. They have their soldier go down. If the soldier go down, don't manage to find a pick or
Those are right on point.
so we should be seeing the counter stack come in for watch this drive. Ooh, massive blackjack drops and Keto goes down as well.
And then they use getting
really
that
clean
scout
up.
on point.
The scout is staying alive for so long. Gets
Still
Nasu.
alive.
Gets another pick.
Finally dies. They were on him for about 7 seconds.
Like, that's a massive play out of him. Being able to get those 2 picks really saved his team from getting rolled in the last there. Just forcing Watch This Drive to back up. Alright. Looks like Senate might be trying to go for a salvage play there. But ultimately just backs up. Now sitting into a mid to second stalemate. Both sides building out their Uber.
Just leaving Valley. Demo just trying to spam out choke.
Both sides just spamming all around. Not really making any aggressive plays.
Bone was
going on in
trying
Valley
to bomb in. Dies for
Boneless
it.
goes down. Chozo uses in Valley into the scout just
Going
runs
into
away.
choke. Orc wins the MG.
Just rolling play, getting 2 picks,
Orc's getting
Malone
spammed
goes
out
down.
by Ezekiel.
and they just get
And
wiped.
then Hawk uses.
Uh,
To what avail?
Control point is being captured.
Off that, looks like they're gonna.
Oh,
Looks like Ben
I'm just gonna have to.
Kiso
down
getting
left.
2 on the forward spawn trap,
Alert.
significantly delaying those spawns. Like, that's the engineer pick as well. Like, giving them that much more time
We have lost the control
just to
point.
not have a gun up. Like, if they take this fast, they can get in before the level 3 gets up.
Yeah, definitely. That or
they opt to
just they're
swap
on
off.
heavy. Yeah, definitely a better idea there.
Yep. Looks like they're taking this in the
Going
lobby.
on left side? Or
Not so up on
trying to
flankers.
get that last bit of Uber in and then go in.
Yep.
Try and get that 5th round.
And they're looking to take this top right. They use it. Natsu gets a nice
Using.
headshot on Boneless.
Trying to focus heavy here. Bring the heavy down.
Pandas eat a bunch of spam.
Heavy
Malarkey
goes
goes
down.
down. And they all start falling.
Getting on point. Combo's on
And
point.
looks like that's it.
And that is
GG's coming out in
playoff.
chat. Band of the Hawks defeats Watch Us Strive 2-0. Alright. So Haru, give me the whole recap of what happened here on Sunshine. Like, why did Band of the Hawk appear so dominant in that second half compared to the first?
I mean, they were definitely warmed up. They knew they've played them for quite some time now, and they knew exactly how to do it. They had a little bit better mid this time around. Round 1, they just completely wiped Drive off.
Yep. It's just an unfortunate set of circumstances for Watch Us Strive. And so, Band of the Hawk will now be progressing to the semifinals to face the number 3 seed, Devil's Edge. Alright. And so,
Right.
who would out of like the whole match, who would you say was the most valuable player for each team?
Valuable. Let's see. There.
Like,
Well,
for Band of the Hawk, I'd have to give it to Berserker easily.
Definitely Berserker. Senate was doing a lot of work on Watch This Drive. He was getting those bombs. He was dropping the med quite a bit. It was just really good from both of them.
Yeah, this game was definitely a game of soldier plays. Like both
Oh,
teams having
definitely.
soldiers make huge plays, turning the game on
I
a
don't
dime.
know those off classes going way better for Band of the Hawks than it was for Watch the Drive.
Yep. Yeah, with that Berserker spy pick onto the medic, and just an overall better last hold when compared to Watch This Drive. So, I'm
No interview.
I'm being told we're going to be getting an interview from one of the players of Band of the Hawk in here. All right. All right, we're getting Berserker in here. All right, Berserker.
Look, let's go.
How
How did you
how
feel
do you
about
feel?
that?
I feel amazing.
Like you,
Yeah, you
like
were doing a lot of work on that team and just
Yeah,
getting those med drops.
yeah. Are you talking about what?
I'm talking about both.
Yeah, it was a good match on both sides. We really went in there with a lot of nerves, but I think we were so dominant on the second half of Sunshine. It's because finally our nerves settled. We were even joking in comms, but we just played. We just played TF2, you know. And with the bagel match, I think with the bagel match is they really couldn't break our forward holds. I remember like probably second to last round when it was 3-3. We just clutched up. We woke up. We got warm. We figured out. They played to. It seemed like they like to play really aggressive. So we were kind of telling each other, let's play a bit more passive. Just watch our asses a bit more. And I think that was, it's good. And plus, we've been practicing these maps for so long too. So we just kept running what we knew, and it worked.
all right.
Yeah.
And so with this match, you've made your way to the semifinals, where you'll be facing Devil's Edge, the number 3 seed, which I believe
Yes.
is the only team to have defeated you in the regular season.
Yes, that
How are you
was.
feeling about that match?
I'm feeling confident, really. They beat us on product, so we naturally we insta banned it. Um,
Let's
but
go.
but I'm still feeling confident. I think it was just an off week for us. Obviously, that the week they beat us, it was just terrible practices. We had we had Sunshine out, and we all know how good Sunshine is. And we're nervous. We were on top, and that's why we lost. But we got humbled that week, and we realized that we got to put our heads back down and just keep grinding, and that's what we did. So it'll be a good match. I think when we play Devil's Edge, it's gonna be fun for sure.
All right. Anyone you'd like to shout
Yeah.
out?
Really? Okay, my brother, he was watching the streams, and my family. My mom was watching it. She didn't even play TF2 or know about it. And then of course my Band of the Hawks. I'm just going through the season, getting very lucky being put with these guys, and that we just mesh so well, and friendships are made, and we're gonna continue to play TF2.
All right. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. You have a good one.
Yeah.
All right. And so that was the match between the number 2 seed, Band of the Hawk, and the number 7 seed, Watch This Drive. So, all right. I'm going to go ahead and give my shout outs. Thank you, Jay, for pulling me in here, having me on.
Hey,
Haru,
shout
my
out to Jay.
co-caster. Really, that's it. Oh, wait, no. Shout out Steven. I know you're watching this.
I just want to shout out TFGCC for sponsoring this channel. So, yeah.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Oh, yeah.